Hello, YouTube. Man, I don't know how to start this video. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little hard for me. Hello, YouTube. Oh man, I don't know how to start videos anymore. God, I'm so rusty. Now I know I look like an e-boy, but bear with me. Let's just put the glasses on. That stops me looking like an e-boy, right? No. Hey, at least I'm not showing my body off, right? You know, I'm covered up. I hope you guys have been well. I know this is probably very weird for you to see me in this avatar, but the truth is I don't really have my own avatars anymore. This video, I suppose, will serve two purposes. One is that I get to kind of get things off my chest, and I really hate making these videos, like genuinely, I really do. But I do think it's important that I let my viewers know everything that has kind of happened in regards to what has caused so much disruption in the past 5 years when it comes to making content for you guys at home. And the reason I want to make this video as well is to, I guess, for my own comfort, to know that um, I've released every, I guess, possible information I can to my audience, so they can actually understand what's going on with me behind closed doors in my head. You know, life's hard. Life's very hard, but we'll go through that. So I have a couple of things I want to say. Hopefully you guys, you've got your drink, you've got some snacks. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't think it will be more than 10 minutes. I really hope it isn't. If it is though, if you see this video is more than 10 minutes, you know I've vented on like crazy. I feel like I failed you all as a content creator because I didn't get help soon enough. And it wasn't just you guys I failed. I failed many people in my life because I constantly refused to get help. Um, I constantly refused to get therapy. I constantly refused to go on medication when I needed to. Um, I just genuinely feel like I failed you guys, and it should never have been like that. So, for each one of my fans who supported me throughout these years, I just want to say thank you for supporting me. I'm just really, really sorry about how much I let you down over the years, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I really do, because a lot of people, I started doing this to put smiles on people's faces, right? And I feel like I stopped doing that for many people. It was something that I never wanted to do on purpose, but yeah. In 2020, January 2020, I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And honestly, it's been I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's one of the worst things that. It's horrible. It's absolutely disgusting. I hate it so much. It makes me hate myself. It makes me feel like I'm worthless. Uh, it makes me feel really unloved. I did initially get help. Even after getting help, COVID hit and it kept me in the house for literally 2 or 3 years, right? Like 2020 to 2022. I didn't really have any social interactions between them years apart from work. Even though I kind of got help that I needed, I was never truly free, and my attempts to return were just met with no motivation. I needed a real break from everything and everyone. I retired to pick up Lion King, and honestly, it was absolutely the most correct decision I could have made. That roleplay character, the whole pickup lion, he originally was made to be a parody of an e-boy in VRChat. That's what he was. That was his purpose. He was a parody. Um, but there was only so much I could do with that character, right? I feel like 5 years, not even five. Well, having him open for 5 years of content was draining, to say the least. I feel like I did everything. I absolutely milked everything I could out of that character. And the only other direction was to either change him completely or retire him. I did try to change him. If you guys remember some of the old videos, I tried to incorporate the whole Raven stuff. But ultimately, it started making me think that maybe I should retire the character, and I had my first thoughts of retirement when I released those videos, because I feel like it's better to preserve the originality of that character than to change him and evolve him. It's better to retire him and make a completely brand new roleplay character. And who knows, maybe if I make 2 or 3 brand new characters, the pickup Lion King could be in rotation in future, right? But for now, that's not a promise. He's going to stay retired because I did way too much with him. But I won't, keep bringing him back in future, if that makes sense. But I will definitely need to rotate in between a few characters. But I retired that character and I wanted to take a break from everything. Absolutely, like just social media, Twitter, Instagram, everything. I just wanted to take a break and I did. I absolutely self-destructed this year. I really, really did. I'm really sorry if I tear up, by the way. I don't want to. Oh man. In May this year, I uh, I lost someone that meant the world to me. Like genuinely, no, actually, she was the world to me, and I fucked it up because I'm mentally ill. That's the reality of it. After a very long time with said person, um, I self-destructed in a way which I shouldn't have because I didn't get the help that I needed. And what's funny is losing that person literally caused me to go into therapy and start taking meds and taking care of my body and taking care of my mental health. And losing that person was the reason which pushed me in that direction. But if I got help in the first place, I never would have been in that situation. So I guess now is the time to start taking care of myself, thinking about myself. Otherwise, in future, I'm just going to end up alone forever. And that's a sad reality. After this happened, I I pushed away a lot of people. I pushed away friends. I removed friends. I blocked friends. I unfollowed friends. I did not want anyone to contact me at all while I took my break. I needed to just remove myself from everyone's life. And that's how I felt at the time. And I was completely wrong. I hold my hands up and say I was completely wrong. But it's hard for me to explain BPT to people, and they don't understand. It's like falling asleep, having a really bad dream of things you did, and when you wake up, most of the time, it was just a dream. But with BPD, you wake up and you realize it wasn't a dream, and you come back to the aftermath of the damage being done, and then you just say to yourself, what have I done? You say to yourself, I thought it was a dream. I think that's like the hardest thing to explain um, about this mental disorder is that, and I'm not going to sit here and be like I'm not responsible for the things I do. Absolutely, I am. I go into episodes, right? And when I go into them, it doesn't feel real. And it's really hard to explain. It feels like a dream. And then when I snap out of these episodes, I beat myself up about it. And I feel really, really sad that I did things because if I was in the state of mind I was after I snapped out of it, I would have never done them things. So it's really hard for me to grasp of why I do certain things in my life. Um, but ultimately, the blame is completely on me because I wasn't actively seeking help when I should have. So it's completely my fault. I'm not a religious man, but if this is the way that God is punishing me, then so be it. And if it's in my fate to be alone for the rest of my life, then I will be alone. I just have to make sure that I'm taking care of myself through it all. I think that's the most important thing. Friends I pushed away, I reconnected with, and I said to them I couldn't explain to hundreds of friends why I just completely removed them and didn't speak to them again for a while. It would have just took too long, right? That sounds really bad, but I did what I did. I reconnected with some of them. Some of them understood that I needed to just leave their life for a little bit to figure myself out. There was a chance that I wouldn't have come back to doing anything with VR or my online friends or anything. There was a chance that I would have just started fresh in my life. Some friends didn't really understand it and they were hurt, and I completely expected that. I expected some friends to get hurt, and I'm really, really sorry. If you're watching this, I am really, really sorry. And then there's some friends that just don't want to reconnect at all because they're sick of it. I understand. And I'll never force you to be my friend again. But just know the people that I did really care about, and we haven't spoken since. Uh, just know that I do think of you often, and I'll always care about you. I did travel though this year. I travelled to France. I went to Disneyland Paris, so that was fun. I actually really enjoyed myself there. Um, I went with some special people in my life, and yeah, I had loads of fun. That was probably the highlight of me. I go to Disneyland, and I just took some time for myself this year, especially recently. I just took some time for myself. I needed it. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Um, my therapist says this is the best I've been in years that she's seen me. So even though I've got things off my chest today and it does seem kind of sad, um, I'm actually not all that sad. I'm actually quite happy. There are many pressures of being a content creator, especially, you know, at a point in my life where I was getting really big numbers. There's so many pressures. There's so many pressures. The biggest one, the biggest one that I think is pleasing viewers. A lot of people request stuff and they're like, yeah, we need this, we need that, etc., etc. And I think trying to please viewers at the sake of my own happiness of what I want to do is probably the worst thing I could do, because when I do bring them pieces of content out, they're not always up to scratch because I didn't enjoy doing them in the first place. So that's lesson one. Other things is that just not coming back for the right reasons. I'm going to be honest. I I became a bit of a numbers whore, and it wasn't number like it wasn't. I'm not talking about numbers as in live stream views or anything like that. I don't really care about live streams, but I was always a numbers view on YouTube, a numbers view whore on YouTube. And I think that also got the better of me because I stepped away from making things that I enjoyed and started going with the trend a bit. And I think that was one of my biggest mistakes that I ever made. Because if you notice, my best videos are the ones where it's completely non-planned random shit, right? So I think that was another mistake I definitely made. But yeah, I tried returning multiple times in the past. You guys have seen it. Um, and they were completely for the wrong reasons. Yeah, I was getting therapy during that time. I was still refusing meds. but my therapy was very limited. Like it was maybe once a month or once, like maybe once every 2 weeks. Now I get them twice a week, right? So it's like kind of crazy. But I pushed for returns over and over again, and I was never giving myself the proper break, like at all. It was a really bad thing to do. So I want to return with something original. I want to return with something that starts a new, completely new era. I halted on the Stitch Heart stuff, the TV series specifically, because not only was I taking a break and it wasn't the right time to release any of that stuff, I also want to show you guys the character first, and I want to see if people like the character in order for me to put way more effort actually making a TV series based around him. And I think that's really important. I think that's pretty much everything I want to get off my chest. Ultimately, I still haven't decided what I want to do with YouTube, but I want to hear from you guys. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, I'll reply down below in the comments. If you just want to give me any sort of message, just put them in the comments below or join the Discord. I think for me, personally, I think that I want to get the Stitched Heart era started. So let's do this. I'll see you guys next video. Whenever that is. I can't promise when. See you in a bit.